Hi friends, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. So what have I been up to this past week? Well, I'll tell you. Many things. Many things. So last Sunday, the 24th of September, I started a drunkard's path. So I made my own little templates out of cardboard and just pieced a bunch of little drunkard's path blocks. So it's a curved block. And I got two separate piles. One pile was the dark with the circle being my dark color, and the other pile was the circle being the print. So I separated the two so I could make two separate quilts. I made a table runner, which I started in the video. I got all the pieces made in last Sunday's Sew Sunday, and I got all the pieces made. Do you want to see the finished product? Because whether you want to see it or not, I'm going to show you. So here it is. So here is my finished table runner. Isn't that adorable? It's like a bunch of burners, like on a stove. So I made it with all of the darks coming together in the center to create the black circles. I actually think this is super adorable. And then I quilted it, as you can see. I just quilted in the circles mainly, and then on the outside I just did some lines. I don't know why it's funny, but it's funny because it looks like the stove, you know, an electric stove that has those swirly burners. That's what it looks like to me. So, but it's a table runner for fall. It's super adorable. It's bound with the same fabric that's the backing fabric. So let's show you the back. So you can see the quilting. It's just going around in the centers, and then I just kind of echoed outside of it on all of them. So this was from last Sunday's video. Really simple, easy to make. I didn't even pin making my drunkard's path blocks when I was sewing them. I just sewed the curves really quick, fast, and in a hurry, like I usually do on a Sew Sunday video. So there is the table runner that I have completed and bound and everything so that it's nice and done. So there is that. But what did I do with those leftover pieces? You want to see? I made a wall hanging with the leftover pieces. And this wall hanging was super fun to quilt. It's not very big. Oh, speaking of big, I think the table runner, I'm like so off track here. So the table runner, I think that's 16 by 45. So that came out 16 inches by 45. So it's for a long rectangular table. All right. So the wall hanging, I made a wall hanging. And this one is super adorable. It came out 25 inches by 28 inches. It has the same backing fabric, the same colors, just a totally different orientation and smaller blocks, because what was left over from the initial drunkard's path block, those ones came out 4.5 inches. These ones, on the other hand, came out 4 inches, so they finish at 3.5. So ready to see this one? Look at that. I love this. I love this so much. I love this more than the table runner. This came out so adorable. So stinking cute. So with this one, it's heavily quilted. I did back and forth lines in the black. Just back and forth, back and forth. But I did not quilt in the circle, in the half or quarter circle. I did not quilt in the quarter circle. So what I did was I smushed down all of this so that all of these pop out. They're puffy. They are puffy. So as you can see, that was a lot of work on this tiny little table topper. There's like 30 or 35, I think it was 35,000 stitches in this little thing compared to the 18,000 that were in the table runner itself. This one has a lot of stitching, a whole heck of a lot. And the back looks super awesome because it creates, I don't know if you can even see that, it creates these paths, which is the drunkard's path. It creates these paths down here, and they're puffy. I know that's so hard to see on camera. See the path? Look at the path. There's the path. Look at that. So this thing, I put hanging hooks on it. So there's 4 hanging hooks on this wall hanging so that it can hang on the rod that I usually hang wall hangings on. But look at that. Super adorable. It came together really quick once I trimmed everything down. Well, sewed it and then trimmed everything down. But I just love this. I love this so much. And it's just perfect for fall. It's perfect for fall. So there is that. What else have I been up to? Well, I long arm quilted this week. And I long arm quilted something that you guys have been wanting to see be finished, and that is the social butterfly quilt. So, I don't know, 5, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, I don't know, a while back on Sew Sundays. It took 3 Sew Sundays to complete the social butterfly pattern by Lella Boutique. And once that was complete, it didn't sit, it actually hung in the closet waiting for me to quilt it. I had everything ready, the backing fabric and all of it, but I didn't know what to quilt on it. I really, really, really wanted to do custom quilting and highlight the butterflies and make those butterflies pop out at you. But then I asked the audience, and the audience spoke, and you guys all said edge to edge would be better since I sell all of my quilts. So an edge to edge would make it more sellable. Is that the word? Is that a word? So I went ahead and did this right there. So that is the social butterfly quilt. I named it Country Butterflies. And this quilt came out beautifully. So as you can see in the pictures that I am showing you, I did edge to edge with little butterflies and little flowers and then loop-de-loops to connect everything. And it turned out so adorable. I love it. I love it. And in reality, you know, I was worried about the colors that Scott had chose for this quilt. But honestly, it looks fabulous. Like super awesome. I love it. Very country. And it's actually kind of, I think it's like 75 by 75. It's something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it's somewhere around that size. And it turned out absolutely amazing. And I love it. And I wish I could keep it for myself, but it has to go in my for sale quilt because, well, it has to. Things need to get sold so that I could continue to make more things for you guys to see. So anyways, so there's that quilt. It's so lovely. The back is the same fabric that is on the back of the table runner and on the back of my wall hanging for my drunkard's paths. It's the same backing fabric for those. Why? Because I had a 108 loaded and I had a whole entire side to work with and then the bottom. So I was able to get those 3 items from that backing fabric. Works out great. The next thing I worked on this week was a challenge. So everybody loves the challenges that Sew Becca, Off Kilter Crafter Ian, Teresa Louise, I Quilt Too, and moi do. It's like a seasonal thing. So we started out on my channel and did the line work challenge where we took Tula Pink's line work fabric and we challenged each other to make something out of the layer cake. We all made such amazing, beautiful quilts with all of our layer cakes. It was amazing. And it was a very, very fun collab. And you can go to each of our channels, which I'll list in the description below this video, and see those quilts on our channels. But this time for the fall Halloween season, we were on Off Kilter Crafter Ian's channel, and he had sent Becca, Teresa, and I. He knew because he's the one that sent it, so he had an advantage. But he sent all of us some fabric, mystery fabric. We weren't allowed to open these packages till the live stream. That live stream aired yesterday on September 30th on Ian's channel. Again, I'll put the link in the description below this video. So it aired on his channel, and we opened our packages, and guess what? It was Tula fabric. And the Tula fabric, we also had a little friend that popped out to say hi. So if you were watching that video, a little tiny cockroach came out of our packages. Because it was funny, on Becca's Friday Night Live, she's like feeling the package. She's like, there's something hard in here. But she still opened it for a cockroach. And Teresa was like, what? And yeah, so I had to look for mine because mine didn't just fall out. But we had these little cockroaches in the package because Ian was being a little jokester. Anyways, long story short, he decided he's going to make a quilt. So he is making, I think, the Starburst pattern. I think it's called Starburst. I'm not 100% on that one. You might have to go to the video and find out. And he's making a quilt. So Becca, Teresa, and I, all three of us decided, you know what? Because it's not a lot of fabric, it was a quarter cut of 3 different fabrics, we decided to make bags. Because, I mean, what could we make with that? We could make small quilts. We could add to it like Ian's doing and make a ton of different things, quilt-wise. But as long as those fabrics, those 3 fabrics, it could be the smallest piece, it could be a big piece, were incorporated into our quilty project, then we were good. So we decided to make our sewing projects be bags. Well, I finished my bag yesterday after the live stream. The 4 of us stayed on Zoom and sewed for a little bit longer. Well, actually, we didn't just sew. We were, chatting and having fun, and until it was bedtime, and then we all got off. But we all finished our projects, and well, I think so, except for Ian, obviously, but Becca got hers done, I got mine done, and Teresa is pretty much done with hers. So Ian is the only one left to do his, but obviously you're going to have to stay tuned to Becca's channel and Teresa's channel to see how they finished their projects. But for now, I'm going to show you mine. So you guys ready to see the bag I made with my challenge fabrics? Ooh la la! I made a bag. Isn't it adorable? Anyways, let's take a closer look. So here is my bag, my crossbody strap. It's not perfect. Don't judge. This is my bag. It has a square bottom and it has a square top, obviously squared sides, so on and so forth. It is a square bag and a crossbody. It is super adorable. I did my best to line up the sides, but that doesn't always work out for the best, but it's cute. It's cute. So when we went to choose fabric, the 3 of us, Teresa, Becca, and I, we had to disappear off screen for a little bit so that we could go choose something to go with our striped fabrics, which is what Ian had sent us. So he sent us the purple, the orange, and the green. And so we had to go choose something. Well, I opened my Tula drawer. I have like a dresser that has a drawer and on the bottom. And I opened it up, and right there on the top was this fabric right here. So it was just a fat quarter in the fat quarter pile. And I just said, you know what? That's perfect. And I brought it back in here and chopped it up, and this is what I made. So on the live stream, everybody helped me choose my color for my zipper, which is purple. It was the choice between a purple one and a pink one, and I went with purple because it's my favorite color, And at the same time, everyone said purple was the best. So, you know, purple it is. And then I obviously made a strap out of all the stripes, and it just changes colors as it goes. Isn't that super cute? I love it, how my strap came out. I love how the bag came out. I just used simple half square triangles to make this, trimmed them all down, quilted everything. I put them all in a flying geese type of way so that all the stripes land in the same position, and that all of this fabric right here, this is Tula fabric too, so that all these land in the same position. So they're either going up or they're going down, like that. And I think it turned out super adorable. There's one boo-boo. This side of the strap came out longer than this side of the strap. So, or not the strap, but the hook. So if you look, it's about, I don't know, almost a 1/4 inch taller. But guess what? It's my bag. I don't care. But that's, you know, the only thing that really kind of frustrated me, and I really didn't want to unpick all that right there on the sides and have to reposition it. So here's the inside. I have a slip pocket on one side, and I did use this pretty blue shadow play, is what it's called, I think, something like that. And then this side has a slip pocket and a pin pocket right there on the side. You can see it's separated to put a pin in there. So it has 2 slip pockets. The inside is pretty big, plenty of room for me to just throw a ton of junk inside of here. It sits pretty flat. I put batting in it, so I quilted it with batting, but it also has some Pellon SF 101 because that's what I had on hand, like right there in front of my face to grab to do this while on a live stream. So there is my super cute, adorable bag. So that was also completed this week. And the final thing that I completed this week is I had a quilt hanging in the closet, and somebody contacted me because they had saw it in one of my videos and said, "Oh, I want that quilt." So I made a backing, rushed, and got it done. So this quilt right here is a pinwheel quilt I made years ago, actually, like 6.5 years ago, because I've been quilting for 7. 6.5 years ago, I made this quilt top. Didn't really know what I was doing. I was following a Missouri Star video, and well, it didn't come out the way I had hoped it would come out, but it hung in the closet and hung in the closet and hung in the closet. And finally, one of you out there has said, I want that. I need that in my life. So I quilted it up. You can see I just did simple, easy meander. And I actually used a 100% polyester batting, and it's a 4 ounce. So it has some loft to it. It doesn't show much in these pictures, but that loft behind the pinwheels, which all I did was stitch in the ditch around the pinwheel and through the pinwheel to make just the pinwheel fabrics pop out, and having that 4 ounce loft polyester batting behind them just goes whoop, and they just come right out in your face. So it's meandered all the way around except in those pinwheels. The backing fabric you actually saw me make in a video from last week about how to make backing fabric, which I'll link in the description below this video. I actually put that backing fabric together in that video. And you guys are probably like, well, you just choose quilts. No, I chose this one because a client said they had to have it. So I got it done for that client. Anyways, so I got this quilt done. It's a beauty. I like it now. Now, all these years later, I'm like, wow, it does look great. And this backing fabric worked perfect, which I used on the binding as well, as you can see. And you know what? It came out amazing. And I love how it looks. I'm surprised. At first, I didn't like it, and now I do. So I guess sometimes finishing the quilt top, once it's quilted and you can actually see it in its whole quiltiness, it actually changes your mind on how things look. So just know in the future, if you're struggling with a quilt top and you're like, I don't like that, quilt it up, finish it, bind it, and start using it, and you're going to be like totally different in the end. You're, oh wow, I'm surprised. This does look different. It just changes everything. So I did finish this pinwheel quilt. It's just called Pinwheel Play because I didn't really know what to name it. And so I named it Pinwheel Play, and this is what I made. So this was another finish for this week, and I absolutely love it. So those are my finishes for this week, and it doesn't seem like I did much. Usually I think I do more things in this room and get more things completed, but I do have other things that I actually need to get done, like some more quilts that are hanging over there in the closet, as well as I do have some client jobs that I need to get done on the long arm. So, I mean, I think I got enough done for this week to say, yippee, I completed some stuff. So there we have it. Thank you guys for hanging out during my jibber job, blah, 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 because I had a lot to say here. Thank you for hanging out, though. I appreciate it. And if you would give this video a thumbs up, that would help me out as well. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel, because that also helps me out. So anyways, I will see you guys in my next video about whatever, because who knows what I'm going to be up to here at Tiffany's Quilting Life. Bye for now.